And now we're going to run through that same process. We're going to create a new parameter and then create a label, not necessarily in that order. And what a label is basically it's like an AutoCAD attribute, and it displays a piece of value for a text, the text value for a parameter. So, and it'll show you available parameters when you go to place the label, but you can have the parameter pre-created here and then some values, and these are all really a lot of yes/no parameters. There's many more different parameter types as well. So a label will display this information is what it can do, like a tagging type thing. And you can have the parameter already created, or as you place the label, if you go create and you go here to the label tool, as you place it, you start the tool and you can see your mouse icon changes, your cursor, and this is the label type, and if you pick on here it tells you actually what the font and the text size and all that stuff is. So you can duplicate that and create a new looking, visually looking piece of text if you want. So we hit OK on that. I don't want to change it, and I'm going to just zoom in here. First I'm going to kind of pick and place, and I want it centered on here somewhere, so I'm just going to place it. From there it's displaying these are the category parameters that I'm allowed to insert as the kind of the field I want in there. So I'm going to go down to here and say add a parameter. I'm going to create one right here on the fly, and I'll just call this, you know, label with millwork, or above millwork I should say. So this one is only going to be turned on when the millwork switch is turned on. It's going to actually look to that same value. It's going to be a type parameter, and it is going to be a text label. Okay, and we'll group it under the general information. Okay, so label above millwork. Boom, it's a type parameter. So I'm going to take that now that I've created it and click on there, and the sample text I want to see here in my little family editor is just a capital A, and then I can hit OK, and there it is, and then I can zoom out, escape. Now I just want to kind of adjust this a bit, and it looks like this guy is off a bit, so I'm going to just kind of zoom in and nudge that guy over. Okay, which will only be displayed when the dot is turned off, and I think I'm going to take that dot and move it down a little bit, just like that. Then I'm going to take this top one, and I want to bring these the wrap lines in a little bit. I need room for about 4 characters in there, and now I'm going to just take my arrow key and nudge it down and pretend that that's going to be there, displaying when the circle for the above millwork is. So I can say okay, well I want it to be, you know, about there. Not too bad. Okay, strange as it may seem. So now what we want to do is we're going to if you pick on the first one tab that we had that we started with, if you look at the visibility of that object and you look in here, it goes to the parameter not above millwork. Okay, the visibility of it, not the value of it. Okay, the visibility only goes to there, and so we can say okay, that's good. So I can click out, and I'm going to go to the upper one. Okay, and I'm going to take the visibility of that, and I'm just going to simply say that is going to take on whatever is the above millwork. If above millwork is yes, then I want the visibility of this to be yes. If the above millwork is no, I want the visibility of this one to be no. So all I have to do is set that to that exact same switch. Okay, click out, and I think that's all I have to do here. Let's load it into our other family. Hit OK. Overwrite. Yes, sir. So now let's see what happens. Inside of here, do we have to do anything? let's just try it. Let's go into our parameters and let's say above millwork, and let's turn that on and hit apply. Above millwork comes on and the other guy turns off, but the display of that GFI, the label 2, it doesn't come on. So let's hit cancel. I'm just going to do an undo on that. I think I have to pick on here, and I have to go into my type properties, and I have to get my label above millwork, and I need that to read the value of label, the original one, which is the GFI. Perfect. You see this GFCI? The value of this second label is going to read this. Going to read the local label. Watch. Hit OK. Click out. Within this family, if I go up into here, I have a type parameter called label, and this is the text that I put in there. If I change that, it'll change in here. So now, let's try this again. Let's go above millwork, turn it on, hit apply, bingo. Okay? Take the above millwork off, hit apply, goes down, or appears to go down. So, turning the millwork switch on turns on the visibility of our little filled circle, and turns off the original label visibility. And then when I turn this off and hit apply, when I turn it on, this turns on, and that one turns on. When I turn it off, the other two turn off, and this one turns on. I think you can see that. So let's hit OK, and let's try loading it into our project. So let's take here, and we should probably save this. Overwrite, yes. And load it into our project 3. Overwrite it there. Okay. So here we have our ultimate electrical receptacle, duplex receptacle. So now, what we should be able to do here now is take a GFI and turn the visibility of the above millwork on and off and watch it do its thing. We should also, as instance properties, be able to turn on the weatherproofing and the 220. Actually, no, just the weatherproofing and the above millwork. The 220 is a type. So let's just try testing out all these little options. So we can pick on this GFI, and inside of there we take an instance parameter, which means only this one, and say above millwork, and click out, and it does that. Okay. If we don't want it to be a GFI, we can pick on here, and we can change it to be, you know, just a standard light. Click out, it retains its GFI, or it's above millwork, and I can go turn this off, and it's back to normal. As an instance parameter, I can also go in here and turn on waterproofing or weatherproofing. Turns it on there. Okay. If I take it here and I change it to a different type, the 220 volt, click out, it puts in that extra line. With the 220 volt, I can go in here and turn off the waterproofing, turn on the millwork, and away we go. So that is just about it to wrap up all of the options that we wanted to have with our wonderful duplex receptacle. And with that, you can probably expand and use that information to make all kinds of different three-dimensional families with annotative representation. That's all for now.